Hi, everyone. I'm Nancy.
And I'm Stephanie.
And if you enjoy our show, please like and subscribe.
And hit that notification bell.
We're also on Instagram at TWiN, and you can also find us on
X.
Happy 14th wedding anniversary to the Prince and Princess of Wales. They are in the Isle of Moles right now, and we put together a beautiful anniversary video that we hope you enjoyed yesterday. It was a complete Meghan and Harry blackout.
Yeah.
Because who wants to even look at those two?
What a lovely day.
Yeah, it was a lovely day. While they're in Scotland, where they first fell in love, they are also known as the Duke and Duchess of Rossi. And also, I believe, the Lord and Lady of the Isle.
Oh.
Yeah, so they just look like they were having such a great time. If you haven't caught our video, go check it out. We put all the fun pictures and then some other pictures on there. And I chose this song. Did you guys like the song I chose? A lot of you liked it. My boyfriend thinks it's so corny, but I love Kenny Rogers Through the Years. Oh my God, I love that song. So I apologize to any non-Kenny Rogers fans.
It's a great karaoke song, too.
I know. Stephanie was like, what song are we going to pick as we put the reel together? And then she was like, so what song are we going to use? And I go, oh, it has to be Through the Years by Kenny Rogers. She's
go
like,
to karaoke.
She's like, we can do a little bit better than that. I go, no, it has to be this one. So I put my creative foot down on that one. So I hope you enjoyed it. But unfortunately, it is a new day. And we promised you, after we did our live on Monday, after Meghan's disastrous, I don't even know what it was, I was half drunk, her podcast, that we would show you snippets for those of you who could not stomach the entire hour and a half. And then also, it was me, it wasn't Stephanie. I gotta say, I was a little drunker than Stephanie. I kept hitting the button or the mouse every time like I would move, and it would sort of like move the show along, and then I couldn't find my spot again. So here are the highlights so we can actually react to you and those of you who did not want to watch it.
That darn tequila.
Oh man. Well, you needed something. Do you know what it was? It was Jamie Kern Lima that was the worst for me.
Yeah. We're throwing him back with her.
Yeah, but like, did you notice that every time she would ask a question and Meghan would answer it, it was like she had just asked a wish from Jiminy Cricket?
Yeah.
Like she would go like this. She goes, what is your favorite color? Like she would have that face like she's secretly making a wish. It was weird. Yeah. Okay, so here's some clips and highlights, and we will react to them. Holy jeez.
Meghan, how are you? And are you okay?
That's so kind. I am. I'm better than okay. How are you?
Okay, so this was the part where Stephanie and I said this would have been a great opportunity for Meghan to make fun of herself. She could have been like, oh my God, when I said that in Africa, I probably shouldn't have said it exactly like that.
Or she could have said, no one's asked me that before.
Yeah.
You know, it could have been so funny and she could have lightened the mood, and she just didn't.
They both took it seriously.
She doubled down. She tripled down on it.
On the cringe.
I know you always make it about me. Today, which by the way, I just have to say, you are the most generous friend. You show up for your friends. Today, I just get to talk about you, which I'm excited about. But how are you doing? There's so much going on.
Good. I'm good. There's it's a lot of pinch me moments right now. And at the same time, I think because I'm so busy with...
She's lying.
Yeah. The higher the scratch,
yeah,
the bigger the lie.
Yeah.
So if you're on the nose, huge lie. I'm really lying on my forehead.
So many different things. And for each of those projects, you mentioned the show or the podcast or the brand, the business, the most important thing that I work on every day, my practice, is trying to really integrate it to integrate the joy, to integrate, like we say, like, you have to be thankful. Like, yes, you're thankful. Yeah, I'm thankful, but I have to go to this next meeting. It's like, no, can you just take a minute to really like signal and cue that, oh, happy, thank you, more, please. This feels really good. This is what I worked so hard for. So that's my practice of being still in the midst of how busy it is. But I'm happy. I'm happy. And the kids are healthy and H is great. And so, that's the stuff that fills my cup. But I'm trying to also enjoy these big wins right now.
Yeah.
She calls them wins.
So obviously this is what we're getting ourselves into. You can imagine why I needed the tequila at this point. But what wins? Like, I wish I knew. Like, what's going on in her head?
Like, what win does she think she got this week?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Moving on to the Meghan effect.
There's this thing known as the Meghan effect.
Yeah.
What how does that make you feel?
It makes me feel really great when specifically it can help uplift brands that have a great ethos and female founders. And
Yeah.
I thought we were referring to it like the Kardashian curse. I thought the Meghan effect, Kardashian curse came hand in hand.
That's what I thought.
But now she's trying to make it something it's not.
They seem to be talking about something else, Stephanie.
Sounds like they're talking gibberish.
there was a long time where I wasn't out talking. So if you couldn't hear me, how could I be heard through what I was wearing, if that's what people were focusing on, or the choices I was making that you didn't have to say a word, but it would move product for small companies or allow, even when we were living in the UK, a small company in Scotland able to, hire 50 more employees, or small businesses who would take women out of positions of being trafficked and instead give them jobs. And by wearing those jeans, I knew it was going to allow them to save more women.
You are such a liar.
Oh my God.
I have never seen such a self-righteous narcissist in my entire life, where she's now saying, I have saved these women from trafficking
by wearing these
jeans. I mean, look at me. I'm saving women by wearing this camisole. Wow. And I actually, after we saw the actual interview, Nancy and I were saying off camera, we were like, do you think she got into some of the sauce before?
I don't know what it is,
because she seems a little off.
Well, we've been saying that for a while now. And we still have to say allegedly because of
allegedly.
We still do, but allegedly she seems to maybe be going through a nervous breakdown or hitting the wall, or when like you're done.
You're done.
Your mind can't take it.
You need some relief.
Yeah,
you need some relief.
Here she is talking about how hard she works.
My gosh, I work so hard, and I appreciate what hard work looks like. I like working hard. And I'm still working hard, right? The moment that everything sells out, it doesn't mean that we're done.
Yeah.
It means we're working on replenishment and what are the next SKUs and what's the next tranche of products and what's the timing on that, and writing the newsletters and writing the social media captions and making sure that all that feels in line, and what's the cadence of it, and what's the photography that we want to do and what do I want to wear for those shoots, while also editing all the time-coded notes for season 2 of With Love Meghan. And then
that's a lie. That's already done.
Lie.
That's done already.
It's called part 2. It's not season 2, you liar.
Allegedly.
And being in edits for the podcast and being a mom and a wife and a friend.
Yeah.
Those are all jobs. I mean, I love being that busy, but I do think it's really interesting when people have no sense of what goes into the thing.
No. The higher on the head, the bigger the lie. The bigger the lie.
I mean, is she crazy? I mean, if she worked that hard, then why is her stuff not restocked yet? I mean, that shouldn't take that long.
I mean,
We
if I
saw the
sold out-
we saw the raspberries and how they were made, right? Remember
Yeah.
they showed us that conveyor belt and all that stuff.
Yeah.
No, but I'm saying,
Yeah.
it just looks like she goes to a factory. She's not doing it at home. So
Right.
she goes to a factory and she has them made. They go on an assembly line. It's not physical workers doing it.
Yeah.
How is this hard? I'm sorry. I'm just saying, like, if I order my shirt on Bonfire and I
Mhm.
want to see a prototype, I get it in 2 days. I'm not understanding this.
Well, no, they need to do the other rotation where they sell out again. Those 10
Yeah.
jams.
Well, she did in the live that we're not going to play it here, but she did sort of allude to the fact that she's going to try to do a Yeezy kind of thing where she's going to drop tennis shoes. You know, like we're going to drop jam at certain times. Honey, that's not a tennis shoe. That's not a Yeezy. You're not Yeezy.
You
What
can't
is
do
wrong
a
with you?
She's
gonna-
drop campaign.
She's going to try to do an Ivy Park with Adidas like Beyonce did. You're not that popular. And even if you were, it's jam. It's not a clothing item. What are you talking
You
about?
can't wear it unless you spread it all over your face.
Oh my God.
Which probably is coming.
Okay. So Jamie wrote a book called Unworthy. So of course she's got to
I
plug
thought
it.
it was called Worthy.
Is it? Oh, I think it's unworthy. Is it worthy?
Called Worthy.
See, you see where my head goes?
Yeah.
It's worthy.
Ever feel unworthy?
Sometimes not unworthy. Sometimes I feel very self-conscious. I don't know. I think I'm at a very different chapter. We've talked about this when you're out at the Prove It game.
Yes.
The
Will you
Prove It
share
game.
more?
So Megan goes on to say how she is just done proving it to everybody, proving it to herself, proving
Too
it to the
much.
world, proving it
Too
that she
much.
is out of the Prove It game.
Prove.
That's going to sell jam by pissing everyone off even more. Oh my good. Be out of the, can you please be out of the Prove It game, please? Can you just go away?
Just leave.
Can you just go?
Just apologize and go.
That would be awesome if you were out of the Prove It game.
Love that.
Yeah. Here she is talking about her morning routine, even though she's had a nanny for 5 years.
Well, this morning was different because Archie has a cold, so he's home from school. But I get up at 6:30 and gives me a minute to, I wish I could say I woke up and meditated. I don't do that. I have the monitors on so I could hear both the kids. They get up at 7. So I give myself a little bit of time to either put on workout clothes, brush my teeth, get both of them up. I get them dressed, get them downstairs, make breakfast. And then if I haven't done their lunch boxes the night before, then do that. I love doing lunch boxes. It makes me very happy. And writing a little note in their lunch boxes. Remember when you were doing your first lunch box? I told you little tips there.
Yep.
And then by
She needed to give her tips. That woman who's a billionaire, okay? She started for nothing. She was on QVC like 300 times a day. This woman was a hustler. And Megan's giving her tips. Could you imagine taking tips from Meghan Markle?
Just write a note.
Yeah.
In your kid's lunch box.
There you go.
if I don't have meetings in the morning, then
What meetings?
What
Meetings are you having?
you don't do anything for Archwell. You have no charities. I don't see you anywhere other than a pap walk.
What meetings? And you've proven that you can't even like sustain your business. You don't even, first of all, it took you forever to figure out what the name was. Then you decided to distribute honey, but like 5 jars of it. And then you decided to distribute cake batter with flour sprinkles. And then everything's out of stock. And instead of restocking it in a week like a normal company does, it's been what, out of stock for like over a month now?
And how do you have meetings when you have no staff? Because you're bullying them all.
Yeah, exactly.
try to do school drop off. So they're at 2 different schools. So that's our big circuit. So from 6:30 in the morning on drop off mornings for me, I'm not home till 9. So, and then after that, I'll just jump into meetings. And then on other days, then I'll wake up and get them all set. And then our amazing nanny who's been with us for 5 years, she'll take them to school.
So this was the more interesting thing for me. I didn't see this one coming. I read about this fad maybe like 10, 15 years ago where there was a service. It was everywhere. Like you could do it. There were so many places you could do it where you could email your kids and then you make an email name for them. And then, when they're older, you give them the email and there's like how many emails? Who knows? I mean, depends on how many
pages.
Well, just how many you decide to write.
Yeah.
Like I'm picturing like Carrie and Big at the end of Sex and the City, the first movie, where he had just written her email after email after email.
That was nice.
But he didn't actually write anything. He copied from romance stuff. Yes.
Yeah.
So you can do this. Okay. Now the reason it didn't really stick back then, it was kind of like a Pinterest thing. It didn't stick because it's like for the parent that is never there, like who works a lot, it's like reminds me of those movies like where it's like, I never really got along with my mom. She never, and now that she's dead, I just don't know if she'll ever love me. And then the daughter's going through the attic and she finds a box and it's got like letter after letter. And it's like,
she did care.
She did care. Well, it's kind of like that.
Mhm.
But like the reason it doesn't work for present parents like Meghan claims to be, now I'm not saying she is, but she claims to be, the same reason it would never work for Stephanie and I. Mom and Dad, when we get a report card, we'd all look at it together. Whenever Stephanie and I had a school play, we'd sit and watch it. Dad would record it. We'd go home, watch it again and talk about it. Tennis matches, they were all there. So if I could see it for the maybe for like a dad that works a lot, but like the present parent, as Meghan and Harry are claiming to be, it just doesn't pass the smell test for me because she's like, I can just email them how I thought about their report card and how great it was. It was just, it's just perfect. So let's hear her talk about it. But she's there all the time.
Created for the kids these email addresses that sort of like names again that you would never guess, that I will give them at some point in their lives when they're older. But before I go to bed almost every night, I email them.
Wow.
I email because it doesn't have to be a heavy lift, and you email them like, here's your report card from today. Or, oh my gosh, you said the funniest thing this morning. Or here's a picture of you two having breakfast. Or here's you playing with the dog. The things that you're not going to frame, the things that you're not going to put pen to paper in a journal, but they will end up at one point in their life, maybe when they're 16 or when they're 18, that I say, here's an email that I've been keeping for you.
I have full body chills right now.
For your whole life. And here's everything and every moment that I wanted to tell you how much I love you and like how proud I am of you. And of all things, it's making me emotional. For them to be able to look back and go, oh my gosh, she has loved us so much. And that's, I think, the best part about being a mom.
So what she's trying to say is when your dad and I go to prison for tax fraud, after the IRS audits Archie
allegedly,
you'll have all these emails to read. How cool is that?
You know what it sounds like? It sounds like she's projecting onto her own mother,
Probably.
Doria,
Probably.
Because
if my mom did that, I'd be a better person.
I gotta be honest with you, when I turned 16 or 18, I never had a problem going, oh my God, my mom loved me so much. I always knew that. I didn't need to come up with some epiphany.
They're just trying to sell mom stuff. They're trying to sell mom stuff.
I don't know, because that's so weird. I mean, hey, I feel bad for people that did not have that. Listen, if you're out there and you're listening and we're all friends here and you did have that where you didn't feel loved every day, we do. We feel for you.
We're just trying to say Meghan seems like she's gonna try to make money off of this.
Yeah,
at some point.
We're just saying for Meghan, who claims to be there as present as our mom and our dad were, maybe even more according to Meghan, you don't need to have to then say those things later in life because it's instilled in you. You already know. And they talk about tabloids, and I guess we got to put that in there.
How often do you see stories, whether they're in magazines or online?
I just have created such a strong boundary for myself. Already settled it for myself. So flattery and criticism go down the same drain, and I'm quite free.
Flattery
And criticism. She does.
Where's the flat?
I don't know, but it all goes down the same drain.
Goes down the same drain.
Jane.
Nobody comes and tells me anything about anybody, and me especially.
Yeah. Nobody knows.
I'm walking those variety red carpets, but I have no idea why I'm even there.
I never read that I got pushed out of the way by my sister.
God, no.
No, where Dr. Sophie was in the wrong place. No way.
No.
Why would I even care? Okay, now guys, get your buckets. She's gonna start talking about H.
Your close friends and family, so many of them call you M and Harry H.
Yes.
How did that start? And tell me about that.
Probably at the beginning of us dating, when everything was in code.
Code, yeah.
Right. People didn't know we were dating for, talk about memory lane, so long ago. I mean, it'll be our 7-year wedding anniversary soon. I couldn't tell anyone who I was dating, and he was keeping. So
You told everybody.
everybody.
Not only did you tell all your friends and family, you told Instagram. We have the proof.
You told the Paps to take his picture outside of your garage on Easter.
You're such a
You
liar.
told them.
Yes.
Liar.
so I think we were just on a letter basis.
Yeah.
And then it stuck.
It's stuck.
It stuck. Yeah.
Yeah. And still to this day.
Yeah, I like it.
We'll all be on a play date, or we'll be somewhere. There'll be tons of people there, and he'll say M and you'll say H, and your friends say M, and it just is a thing.
It's a thing.
And do you both love it? Like it's just natural.
Yes, and I like nicknames a lot. I love nicknames.
Considering your first name is a nickname, because
Yeah.
it's not your real name.
That's true.
I mean, a therapist should talk to her about that one.
Exactly. More with H.
Oh, dear.
Are you in love now more than ever? More than you've ever been?
Yeah, I mean, you have to imagine at the beginning, everyone has like butterflies, and then we immediately went into the trenches together.
Yeah.
No, you didn't.
No.
That's when you started manipulating him and alienating him from his family and love bombing the crap out of him.
Yes.
You did not go into any
No,
trenches.
no, it was not you and him against
Yeah,
the world.
the royal family kept you so freaking protected.
They embraced you.
They
The
invited you
people
to
in the
Christmas.
UK loved you.
Give me a break.
Right out of the gate, like 6 months into dating. So now 7 years later, when you have a little bit of breathing space, you can just enjoy each other in a new way. And that's why I feel like it's more of a honeymoon period for us now. Yeah.
Do you think you'll be married forever?
Yes.
I have a letter.
He's also a fox. If you haven't noticed, my husband's very, very handsome.
Do you think she did that just so, like,
Yeah.
instead of people picking this?
She's trolling us.
Yeah, do you think she's trolling us?
Oh, totally.
Okay.
Yeah. And he's a fox.
And he's a fox.
Have you seen him?
Who calls anybody a fox?
Oh, he's a fox.
God, he's very handsome.
Handsome.
But his heart is even more beautiful.
I love that your eyes are sparkling right now.
Her eyes are dilated and tired.
Allegedly. Wow, that's funny. And this is where she's just like, he freaking loves me, biatch.
H, that man loves me so much. And, you know, look what we built. We've built a beautiful life, and we have 2 healthy, beautiful children. And
Everything you've built, you have built off the royal family.
It is a house of cards.
It is complete. You wouldn't have any of those things if it wasn't for the royal family.
you know, and I always think about it like the end of Super Mario Brothers when you get to the final level. And what's the goal in Super Mario? They're like, slay the dragon, save the princess. I'm like, that's my husband.
Slay the dragon.
don't you
save the
dare.
princess.
Don't you dare compare yourself to Super Mario Brothers.
God, yeah, it bothers me.
Okay? Don't you? How dare you?
Now, one thing that Meghan did and Jamie exposed, I don't know if, now you guys let us know. Do you think this was planned or do you think this was by accident? Because when they did the Sandringham Summit, it was specifically clear that they are not to use their HRH titles. Now, I hear you, Sussex Squad. I get it. The Queen didn't officially take their HRH titles away. She just said that they couldn't use them for financial gain or commercial use.
Mm-hmm.
So she had gifted Jamie with some jam and some ice cream. Now, could you imagine getting this from your next door neighbor who's supposedly a friend?
Best friends.
Yeah, with the compliments of HRH, the Duchess of Sussex. Now, Jamie says that, and there's that Party City confetti. Jamie says that she got this like a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this could mean that her and Jamie were not friends and that she just wanted to give her something. And
she wanted that private plane of Jamie's.
Yeah. So what happened was she's trying to act like a big shot in this Montecito neighborhood.
Right.
She hasn't made a lot of friends yet. So she wants to sort of like flex on people.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe she thought this was a flex. Apparently it was.
It was.
Enough for Jamie to take a picture of it.
And she brought her the Goop Summit. Remember?
She invited her to Goop. Now, Jamie doesn't seem like the sharpest tool in the shed, Stephanie.
No.
And that is my opinion, but she does not seem like the sharpest tool in the shed.
No.
I think she got involved with that cult of Oprah, and that's how she became so famous or successful. I don't want to say famous. I want to say successful. Okay, let me tell you why this is a slap in the face and how, holy cow, Prince William, when he becomes king, is going to put an end to this nonsense.
Yes.
Because they're mocking the royal family right now.
Absolutely.
What Meghan's doing right now is she is showing like, yeah, I didn't use it for commercial gain or anything, but I can do whatever I want. It's my name as long as you don't take it away from me. I swear to God. Now, listen, I get it. They don't want to be petty. They want to look like the bigger people. They're royalty. But come on, King Charles. Please, this one time, we will not hold it against you. Be petty. Be petty. You can do it. I believe in you.
You can't use it to make money, and you definitely can't use it just to make friends that will put them on your private plane. That's not ethical.
How about this is America? Why would you even sign something like this?
If this is your neighbor with the compliments of Her Royal Highness, the Duchess of Sussex.
What she did was when she first moved to Montecito, she had a bunch of those cards made up.
Yeah.
And then she wanted the monogram to look just like Her Royal Highness Princess Margaret's. Yeah. That's what she wanted. I mean, if you look at Princess Margaret, it's the exact same. So I'm just saying. And then she goes out and buys cheap Party City confetti. How dare she? Well, that's sick. Another thing yesterday that I got so freaking upset about, but thank God it wasn't real or true. I called Mom yelling, and Mom's like, "Are you sure this is real?" This company in the UK called Colford is a creative gifting service. They put together this little video on how they can distribute, because Meghan doesn't have a UK distributor. So they put together this little video of how they will go to people's home and deliver the jam in person, like a little butler.
So this is like Uber.
Well, but
Uber jam.
In a Jeeves kind of way, yes.
But you know what I mean.
I get yes, but obviously Meghan does not have the money to have a distributor like this Colford. They don't even have a lot of followers. I don't think they're that popular, but that's what handpicked and hand delivered for As Ever Official. A pleasure to assist Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, in spreading jam and joy amongst friends in the UK. Our white glove chauffeur service facilitated a seamless handover at every doorstep.
Yeah, it's like Uber Eats.
Yeah. Sorry, Colford. You guys sound awesome, but I don't think she's got the money to use you as a distributor.
I also have a very hard time thinking that anyone from the UK would want this jam.
No. Oh,
I can't imagine going, oh, it's a great birthday
Oh,
gift or it's a great graduation present.
no, absolutely not. And especially when you have High Grove jam.
Yeah.
High Grove as ever. Good Lord. Today's animal rescue is Save Underdogs. They are a rescue, rehab, and rehome. It's their mission to save homeless, abandoned, or neglected dogs and find them caring, responsible homes using community-driven models. They also rescue animals from high-kill shelters, put them in foster homes. We're going to put their link in the description box below. Please share them with friends and family. It really does make a difference.
All right, guys. Well, we will see you tomorrow.
Something about Harry going to Las Vegas?
Oh,
God.
he's going to get himself into some trouble there.
Oh, man. Okay, guys.
All right. Love you. See you tomorrow.